I had a right hard time getting this one to you all due to copyright, so any and all support on my Patreon would be straight up wonderful. You get tons of perks over there, check it out in the description.
お兄ちゃんだよね。
なんで? Him?
Such a weirdly satisfying aspect to the anime to see him go from zero to hero in many aspects, up to and including him now looking like a frickin' tank and a badass one at that. Not something I usually do, but to be fair, that stands out as one of the better recaps I've seen. It was basically massively to the point and got there in like 60 seconds flat. Way too good visuals of numerous fast-paced battles to ever score a single win, so it's a double. Plus, such a great song, sung by the always awesome Lisa. We got important characters front and centre, our main character badassing up the anime, and a new mystery, as well as potentially worldwide plots being teased. I'm here for it, and yeah, easy max.
先生に会うのにジャージじゃ来れないだろ。
人ってこんなに変わるんだ。
She's still kawaii.
面談は以上なのですが、一つお伺いしてもよろしいでしょうか。
なんでしょう?
You might think it's a random bit of talking for a win, but it's actually for the very nice music in the background. I rarely notice songs unless they're bangers, but this one stood out to me, doing its job back there.
ダンジョンで俺が奴らをどうしようとな。まずは E 級、次は D 級だ。
Just a quick reminder, I watched season 1 when it came out pretty much, so I'm late to the party here and may have forgotten some bits and bobs. However, I can say, oh snap, I remember this, let's go.
つまり、奴らは飛行を試みて。
今はまだ距離が短くても、いずれは。
And in the exact same vein, I'll snap again because I also just got reminded of the kinda evolving creatures they're now being faced with when doing battle that could spell disaster. Let's go again.
こんにちは。
おお、君はこの間の。
Also remaining kawaii.
ったく、E 級の重りなんて押し付けやがって。しかも2人かよ。
A very personal win, most of you won't ever know, but Takemaru the biker dude from 100 Line. Such a great game I poured like 130 hours into to become only the second game in my life I've done 100% of. Even though something just happened that I'll no doubt soon address, the win for now is how much of a fan I am of the portal element, allowing otherworldly locations to exist. Jesus! Clearly this means something bad is happening, and if he's able to succeed in doing what I think he is with the girl, he's getting another easy win.
レッドゲート? どうして C 級がレッドゲートになるんですか? 今すぐそちらに向かいます。
I can't remember if I'm supposed to know what a red gate is just yet, but hell yes, I am so overly hyped already, you have no idea. Oh, also, I thought he grabbed the girl to get her out quickly, but I guess no dice.
レッドゲートだ。
Dude has got some seriously sick armor, and half the win is similar to win number 11. I'm glad armor like this exists in this world as well. It's so RPG-ish. How insanely quick that attack must have been if none of them were even barely able to react to the danger. Holy shit! Bruh, could he be any more badass? Like, that was seriously cool. Get out of here.
ありがとうございます。
いや、気にするな。
A third kawaii.
同情心か。愚かな女だ。
キムさんはあの矢に気づきもしなかった。
Already I like her a lot because she noticed that our boy spotted the arrows incoming. She also knows that he's trying to split the groups between what he thinks is weakest and strongest, so she switches teams. Clever.
運を祈る。
そっちこそどうかご無事で。
Just had to say, super enjoying the start of the second season so far. Absolute banger of a kickoff to the first episode. Got me hooked right away, and that needs a win where I'm from. I legit forgot how great the combat and animation was in this anime.
アイスベアが多いということは、それより強いモンスターがいないということ。そこまで考えが回りませんでした。
Something I'm enjoying that's been slowly built throughout the story so far is also, like she said, how far ahead he thinks and plans in moments such as these. It's enjoyable as all heck to witness.
一着ずつどうぞ。
あ、空間魔法?
Dude is so painfully badass. The best thing is they think it's magic when it's not. It's crazy.
これって上級ハンターでもレベルの低いアイテムを 2,3 個出すのが限界なんじゃ。
Even better than that is how it's then expanded upon by giving us context that even those who can do what he's doing can only store like 2 or 3 items max. He's easily dishing out 4 here.
君は俺が連れてきたから責任を持って守ってやる。
Two fairly small wins here, but wins I wanted to highlight all the same. One is this is obviously very wholesome. And two is that the animators thought to include his footsteps in the snow as he turned around and walked up to her to do this. It would be a fairly easy thing to overlook, really.
完全に塞がっていますね。運が良くて A 級 B 級の何人かが生きて出てこられるかどうか。
I enjoyed the realism behind the notion that people would actually flood down here to help, even if they can't get inside. They're there to provide aid and backup should anyone get back out alive, I suppose.
白虎ギルドのお偉いさんがわざわざおいでになるなんて A 級ゲートでも開いたのか？損じぬって野郎だよ。
こいつまで。
せっかく来てやったのにレッドゲートかよ。
The hype build up continues to, well, build as this dude also now turns up at the sealed gate, so potentially Sung might be in trouble when he gets out. That's too much for me.
さすがレッドゲート。もらえる経験値が全然違う。
Damn, bro! What a way to take them out!
出てこい。
Not only a decent use of CGI if you're going to use it, but also incredibly badass as he brings out his newly gained ability from the end of the last season against these bear foes. It's so good. Rotating shot. Loved the classic war camera type work there, and also the great efforts made to mix the hand-drawn bears with the CGI shadows. Also take another for it not being a one-sided affair. The bears are actually holding up fairly well, which is to be expected. Some shots and angles there are so creative and unique looking for an anime, whilst also being incredibly smooth, that it tipped the scales into getting max wins. Same as win number 32, even with his most powerful new ally, it's not kicking the Papa Bear's ass with ease. You think it is, and then suddenly the bear darts around to attack. It's good. Even here, the bear attempts to play its trump card by likely exploding or whatnot, and thankfully is stopped. Point being, it wasn't an easy battle all in all, but it did go very well as expected.
今の俺のレベルでやった互角。いや、まだ俺の方が弱いかもしれない。
That's something crazy that needs its own win, really. He got lucky at the end of the last season, and even now, he thinks he'd still be stronger than himself in a fight.
俺は白虎ギルドのエリートになる男だ。こんなこと認めてたまるか。
Meanwhile, he, who left the weaker ones to die, took the insanely hard route and has had his entire team basically wiped out by these ice elves, and he himself is not looking good at all. that's actually getting max wins. Not only because it sounded creepy as hell, but because he basically got to a point of knowing he was going to die and so running for his life. And then one more here for a look at the foe. I'm guessing Sung will have to fight in the near future. What an episode, man! An honestly shocking amount of CGI used in this ED, but it looked good, to be fair to them. The song was wild and funky. It seemed to maybe focus on his mental state whilst outwardly changing so much. But yeah, it was solid.
Okiro.
Speaking of things I'd forgotten, I didn't know he could do this either.
どれくらい経ちましたか？3時間ほどです。中ではだいたい3日が過ぎた頃でしょうか。
That they've been in there so far for 3 days was another shocking twist in an already shocking and twisted up like a pretzel second season.
なら、孫ジヌって野郎も死んだだろうね。来て損した。
A win I'm always dishing out in One Piece, not everyone knowing everything. He thinks he's really E-rank in all ways. He's content that he's dead over there and so likely to leave. That's pretty rare for villains. That incredible mix of speed and strength though.
だったもんな。
ファンドンス。その手を離せ。
My god, this anime keeps on getting better, like it's no big deal. These two are some of the strongest in the universe, so it's awesome to see it go down like this, even if not ending in combat. The hand-done animation effects.
そしたら武器を買う金がなくなっちまってさ。いや、本当だって。
Bruh, that's so amazing. It legit made me laugh. Like, they've got a proper comfy camp out there, stocked with food and drink and warmth. Such a damn good job is done by the animators, backed up by the voice actor to make him look insane right here. Credit to her for grabbing her weapon as he approached. I don't even know what he did, but it was friggin' unreal.
まさか俺らのことをクズって。
Fantasy languages can be tough in stuff like isekai. This is a very clever way of handling it, I think, rather than, for example, everyone speaking Japanese from the get-go.
我々の言葉がわかるのか。なんでわかるんだ。
あなた、モンスターの言葉が話せるんですか？
Actually, I have another here because it basically adds more mystery to his whole deal he's got going on. Like, how can he speak that language and understand them?
お前と戦いたいと言っているから。
Is it just me? I'm literally enjoying this season more than the first, and I already really liked the first.
面白い。
Same type of win as when I was talking in relation to the bears and Papa Bear, meaning not everyone is now a pushover for him, and that is way more interesting and entertaining as a result.
ところでお前、どうして人間でもないのに人間の中に混ざっているんだ？は？我々には声が聞こえる。人間を殺せと。だが、お前に対してはそれが聞こえない。
Adding yet more mystery to the already tasty and lovely smelling mystery dish that's being served to us. Maybe this guy knows more about what's going on with him since that dungeon in episode 1?
我々は後ろにいる人間どもを渡せ。そうすれば
Literally keeps on getting more and more interesting. The hell was that?
どっちが
Like seriously, that is so fucking cool, man. The whole setup for that scene was absolutely legendary, with them thinking they have the advantage and then him pulling this out. It's so good. It's legit an even better looking sequence as before, when it was his black troops versus the bears, in terms of the way the camera type work was handled, swooping through the battlefield like that. Fun fact about me, sometimes when I see something so damn cool like that, it makes me laugh. And that's exactly what happened here. Like, oh my goodness, that was incredible, and he's getting max for it. You absolutely have to hand it to the animators. Like, they killed it. They had a manhwa to pull from and managed to create such exceptional looking action set pieces like this. Those effects though. Him very cleverly using his abilities in order to make his sword disappear and then pull it out again with his free hand. Just like I said before, not every enemy being a weakling against him makes for such fun fights like these. Purely and simply because you could easily tell that this was basically all hand-done animation on the magic. What the heck is this now? Just a quick one, really, to say, yeah, I'm cool with this. The guy got numerous people killed and was going to leave them to die, and even then was going to kill them himself. Now I get it. He's so badass he can awaken former humans. This is nuts! All fresh attacks, meaning nothing was repeated whatsoever in that sequence. Max again, because as I've said, he's a very tough foe, which you love to see as he takes on all three at once. But also the animation on all the attacks is godly and the angles are so action-packed. He gets more and more impressive, but you can now see he's starting to struggle in having to fight all three at once. Although it was his choice, in fairness. I'm afraid that's also gotta score max wins, baby. You can't give me him being confused at Sung's abilities and then that incredible looking shot where he defends himself and not expect max wins in return. And you just scored the first and could be only back-to-back max wins of the video with this. It might be called solo leveling, but my boy now has an army at his back and I'm loving every minute of it. Three back-to-back-to-back max wins? Hell yes, that's what just happened. Him not being killed by that, single. Him suddenly appearing and slicing him so badly, single. Together, that's max. And by the by, I rarely do this, but this young lad voicing him, he's only done like 4 roles, including this elf, and he killed it. Serious kudos to him. Oh my god, that shock was something else!
ほどほどにしろ。先行きが心配だな。
Glad this was shown because it means there's maybe a tiny bit of his prior human self in there, which I was going to win about 7 minutes ago, but I wasn't too sure if I was right. But yeah, I'll play the scene from earlier after I'm done speaking to show 2 examples of his human self, and now it scores the win for sure. Well, if I'm right, I dare say there's now nothing left of his human side, but yeah, this got me chuckling too.
それじゃあ出ましょうか。ゲートの外に。
Few things could be more of a badass end to this scene than him perfectly guessing or being able to tell when the gate would open. Also, their natural relief was really wholesome and gave me a big old smile.
6名ものギルド員が行方不明なのです。責任者としていくつかお話を聞かねばなりません。
Again, is it just me, or is this second season even more badass than the first? By a factor of like 7 or something?
責任者なら先に礼を言うべきじゃないんですか。
Bro, they basically had a badass off and Sun kinda won.
明日じゃなくて後ほどまたお願いします。
My guy casually starting his own harem, and you best believe I'm hanging around for that.
せか。
Going back in time slightly in order to tell us that A, he failed to make him a puppet soldier, and B, it explains away his bad mood when they left.
わざわざすいません。ジヌ君。
ジヌ君
My guy is easily starting that harem. Get out of here.
朝帰り
ですね。
一睡も
ジヌ君は
二人はそういう関係だったのか
That. City scenery shot.
何ですかこいつら。
ああ、ジンホには見せたことなかったか。
My guy just using easy mode right now, having them do the work so everyone can level up. God, that is so fucking cool. This really is easy mode.
I'm human. I want to go home.
Introducing a brand new, unique looking character like it's no big deal. One of my favourite elements of anime, as you no doubt already know, is how they can sit down together after a hard day's work, well, for the main character anyway, a day's work, and eat and drink together like this.
兄貴が本当の兄さんだったらなって思います。
Oh, that is so wholesome!
今日からお前は俺の弟だ。
And then you only went and topped it and made it even more wholesome, earning another win in the process.
10年前ゲートに閉じ込められて出られなくなったらしいのですが、気づいたらアメリカのゲートとつながっていたとの供述です。
I'm not sure which is more interesting, that he was stuck in a gate for 10 years, or that he eventually found a way out via a gate that took him to America. Not only a very nice looking city scenery shot, but done with a time of day change to boot.
例のレッドゲート以降、白虎ギルドがソンハンターのスカウトに裏で動いていると聞く。その前にソンハンターをうちに連れてきなさい。できるな。
やります。
Half the win is that 2 guilds are now trying to get Sung to join them. That is pretty cool given his new strength. The other half is that it's nice to see this young lad moving up in the world too.
どういうわけか悪魔からは抽出できないんだよな。こんなにいるってのにもったいない。
These interesting side elements to the story, where it's kind of confusing because it's not always about the foe being a much higher level. For example, for some reason, he also cannot use these demons. The tiled gym walls and only the tiled gym walls.
珍しい。相変わらず綺麗。
Kawaii! An element to the dungeons, that being in there a long time and needing food, that I'm glad keeps on being shown.
果たしてどこまでいけるか。
Another great element is how awesome some of the boss designs are, such as this, and of course the earlier Ice Elf dude. Showing this because there's actually a ton of animation shown within this fairly short scene as she preps their drinkies. Yet again, some most excellent looking war type scenes as this battle kicks off.
動かないならこっちから仕掛けてさっさと。
Holy shit! That was genuinely unexpected and caught me totally off guard. He was so fast and hit so hard.
何やってくれてんだよ!
To be fair, that was almost as shocking. So insanely badass at scoring max wins. They animated him as a giant really well, and him sprinting in was creepy as hell, and hell, the shield tossing over and protecting him was sick too. Honestly, between all of those angles and shots, plus the animation being smooth as extremely heated up butter, slopping all over the place, and him fighting a difficult foe, it got max again. Animation wise, it was stupidly great that we could see him gaining on Sung there. That attack and those effects though, goodness me, so much internal red stuff too.
俺の目的はその災いを防ぐこと。
Jin Freaks from Hunter x Hunter.
お前を覚えているか？
ジン。なんだその殺気は。
Oh now that is an unreal plot twist. So he's the main character's dad. What was I saying about seriously unique looking foes and bosses? I mean, goodness me!
アンデッドの恐怖を感じるのか。まあいい。
I just said that about these foes, and yet here he is looking like he's on a whole other level. And it's all happened so fast since the start of the season.
一瞬でミスター・ファンが負けた。被害の拡大よりも早く。
Now that is what I like to call a GLPT or a god level plot twist. For it to happen so suddenly, and not only that, but he beat him too. That was incredible, and it's getting max wins for it.
今は75回。残りは25回くらいかな。
Ah, I like that. I thought this was floor 100 and he was done. But no, there's 25 more floors to go with another even stronger boss. So let's friggin' go.
の引導者メトゥスから手に入れた小玉の森の湧き水。命の浸水3つの素材のうち2つが手に入った。
This handy little reminder of not only why he's doing this big old dungeon, but also what the wider goal is, which of course is to use the item in real life to heal his mother.
どうせ隠し通せるものでもない。ハンターランクの最新さを受ける。
For me, a banging good start to the episode, where he's now going to stop faking his rank.
ギルドのスカウトマンたちが声をかけてくれます。大丈夫。E級じゃなければ食べていけますよ。
Appreciated this, as it felt like it added a nice little bit of lore and world building to the whole process and how it works.
エラー？すみません、もう一度。
はい。
おかしいな。
A great friggin' twist, I cannot lie. It leaves you content that he's something special, whilst at the same time still not projecting that fact to the wider world, with him walking out like an SS plus rank or whatever.
測定不能を示してるんだ。
どういう？
彼の魔力量がこの機器の測定上限を超えているということだ。
Well, let me clean the egg off of my face real quick. You can keep the Briar win for the hype-inducing scene, even in a quiet office building, but goodness me, he's so strong it can't read his power.
そうだ。
この人はこの国で10人目の S 級だ。
Ah, I got you! And it means there's a potential gulf in power too, because you don't know how strong S ranks are, given they cannot be measured via this method. What a great element to write into the story.
もしよろしければこの後少しお時間を。すみませんが急ぐので。
Oh, that was so tense in a weird but awesome way.
暗殺系でしょうか。
ベク社長。
ぜひとも我々の仲間になっていただきたい。あなたには教会の中でも重要なポストを用意しましょう。
There's also something so awesome about all of these important and not to mention powerful people turning up trying to recruit them so badly.
ハンター協会はこれらを制御する6つ目の勢力としてこの国になくてはならないのです。
He actually makes a legit great point here. He's basically saying if Sung joined any of the 5 guilds, the power balance would massively shift, whereas should he join them, it'll remain even.
圧倒的な魔力量と80を過ぎたとは思えない体格。現役を退いてなお死ぬ気でレベルを上げてきた俺とほぼ同水準だ。
A totally personal win here, but I adore how the voice actor was able to play such similar characters between this guy and Isaac Netero from Hunter x Hunter. Makes me smile. Such badasses.
あと20、いや10歳若ければこのような若者と肩を並べて。
That's actually such a lovely comment he thought up in his mind about the young lad.
邪魔されたくはない。ウ課長、この後一杯付き合ってくれないか。彼は酒が好きだろうか。
This old man is so wholesome though.
くせえ！
絶対に俺の家族に近づくな。お前のために言っておく。
This anime is chock full of badasses, isn't it? Including his dad now.
どこへ向かうか分かっている。装備が必要だ。奴をひねり潰すためのアーティファクトが。
熟練の職人でも作り出すことのできない上級装備のことを指す。
Oh, you could so easily take one for this lovely piece of lore being dropped. Forgive me if it was mentioned in Season 1, I can't recall it. But yeah, pieces of gear that massively enhance your power? Get in!
巨額の契約金に釣られたか。
報告によりますと、ソンハンターは採掘チームに入ったそうです。
I'm going on the friggin' record, as if it wasn't clear enough already. I'm in love with solo leveling. Want its hand in marriage and everything. Jokes aside, for some reason, hearing them speak of him and his past and how he's now going along for a mining mission just really hit me. Not entirely sure why, with a love arrow. Maybe it's the game aspect? Not sure. Loving it.
初めてです。
ああ、戦闘系ですか。なら肉体面では問題ないですね。
The realism behind all of the gear they've got ready and prepped for the gate and the mining operation to be started.
モンスターを討伐する攻撃隊、ダンジョン内のマナ鉱石などを掘る採掘チーム、モンスターの死骸を回収する回収チーム。
And then he only goes and expands on what I just wrote, giving them another easy win. Some absolutely delicious looking hand-done fire effect animation goodness. Even when it's not entirely done by hand, it still ends up looking great like this here.
あれほどのオーラを放つ人はこの世に何人いるだろうか。
何かしら今の強い気配。
Not only is it realistic that if he can sense her so strongly, she can sense him, but it goes one step further as she's alarmed by how much power she just felt.
試したくなるな。実際の A 級ボスの強さがどんなものか。
This puts into perspective how strong this place is that he says it's above what he just did in that last dungeon, and it does make me wonder about S-rank dungeons in the future.
字が狭いのにバーッとされちゃう。いや、ご自分のペースでどうぞ。
I ain't ever gonna stop winning these moments.
少しだけ見てこよう。
Not running in an A-rank dungeon on the spot?
それでもちょっとつついてみるくらいなら。
そこで何をしているんですか？もう一度聞きます。そこで何をしているんですか？
Oh, the anime just keeps on getting better and better as she turns up as he's about to sneak in and take a look at the dungeon boss. The vast bulk of the win is that unique angle they used there, but a little bit is also me being curious what she sensed there.
はい。
ランクが低いからかしら。臭くなかった。
I know she's doing this for a valid reason. No doubt she has a powerful nuttiness, hence keeping a hanky over it this whole time. But I'm over here checking off another one of his harem list.
おはようございます。やあ、ソン君。
ジヌさん、今日は怪我しないでくださいね。
That was a well-placed flashback to show how he hasn't forgotten the past. Far from it, in fact. I guess in his mind he's thinking of this since it's the last time he had this kind of reaction from people.
ドンギフン隊長。
採掘チームからどなたか一人お借りできませんか？
Another nice set of armor.
危険度が高ければ二軍のうちが任されるわけありませんから。ものの他のギルドならば絶対二軍なんかに配置されない人たちだ。
Okay, so there's a few wins here. Firstly, I love this whole idea and setup that the second team that this guild can field is actually full of strong characters. Secondly, it's a kawaii here, looking like the older sister from Black Clover a bit. You know the one. Thirdly, it's another kawaii here with the mage gear. Fourthly, it's another one with the tummy showing and the lovely spiky shoulder armor. And fifthly, and lastly, it's for all of these unique characters in general. I doubt they'll all survive, as I'm guessing something is going to go down, but heck yes, they're awesome looking.
体制に。来るぞ。
The primary part of the win is, of course, a tried and true grouping of experienced guild members prepping for combat so quickly, but also her outfit. The Black Clover looking lady. Phew! One thing I'm really vibing with in this one is what I've mentioned several times already before, that being the unique angles and shots they keep on using, just like in these two attacks. Again, that outfit though, but the bulk of the win is her incredible magical attack. What was I saying a while ago about unique enemies? I don't care at this point. You keep on giving me these unique fucking shots, I'll give you wins in return because goodness me, that was something else, boy. Not only that, though, because holy shit, he's the strongest one they have, and they cracked his shield with one attack, and there's so many of them. You all need to stop freaking out. The best part about this, and let me know if you felt the same way, but I knew he was using Taunt on them without anyone needing to tell me. She's so adorable looking, but also I'm so in love with the vast array of magical abilities on display. It's actually wild getting to see someone other than Sung using that ability and making similar comments regarding how it drains mana. Also of note is he's fielding 2 allies, whereas Sun has like 75. This woman and her beautifully smooth attacks before sadly being knocked down by one of the brutes. I gotta give this guy mad props for staying calm in this situation and issuing out short, to the point, and not to mention logical orders to give them a better chance of surviving this horde. I am kinda low-key wondering what Sung is doing right now, but aside from that, as this poor guy loses an arm, I enjoy so much seeing her immediately jump in to stop the attacker. the healing process was great. The sad moment that utterly turns to joy as she resigns herself to her death before seeing the creature yoinked up by his neck thanks to Sung.
何が起こったの?
It's so good because I think he's doing it without being noticed by them. So he did that from a distance for her and now cuts the ankle of this one so he can get the killing blow easier. Let's go! Have Max here. Firstly, for the tide thankfully turning. Secondly, for him sweeping around the battlefield like a friggin' ghost. And lastly, it's because he helped them out. So glad he did too. He's such a badass. And she's so kawaii. Look at that face when she blasts a hole in it. I know the fight was made much easier for him by a sneaky slice from Sung, but I loved the action as he finished off the foe, as they went toe to toe before he dished out the killing blow. He earned it, and it's Max wins.
まあでも、助けてもらったのは確かだし、理由もあるようだから見なかったことにしてあげる。
Color me impressed that she noticed him using stealth and probably doing some stuff to help them out.
これは
結界ですね。それも上位の。
来た時はなかったのに。
It's definitely like this stuff keeps happening to Sung more than anything else, which is certainly a building mystery. But even on its own, hell of a shock, and it's purple. Don't know if that's different to red. Bruh, it's shock after shock. You got another one for that, poor ladies. And how do you think I felt when I saw this? That's a GLPT yet again. Who'd have seriously thought they'd be stopped from leaving, stopped from getting rid of the barrier, and then there's this many? Holy shit. This feels like what happened to the Ice Elf a little bit. Like they're being spoken to by some unseen force telling them to kill humans. But it also looks like a glitch or something. All Might from My Hero. By the way, what a great bloody twist now, at this stage of the story, that there's intelligent creatures with a, no doubt, weird mission they want to carry out. Let's go.
結果はどうあれ、奴は気を取られて結界を維持できなくなるでしょう。外に出てメイン攻撃隊に連絡してください。
Also credit to him for trying to get what he thinks is a weak E rank out of there alive. Of course, it benefits him as he may be able to bring help in time, but it's also to get him out of there.
私からもお願いがあります。短いですが遺言です。私の家族に渡してください。
These people are lovely, and I'm taking great joy in knowing that Sung is in no way going to allow them to die here. But there's also this really nice realism on display from people who think they're going to die.
ここを出てください。
この絶望的な状況、20ダンジョンでの俺たちみたいだ。
Just like the earlier win where I mentioned him feeling those thoughts as he approached the mining crew, he's again here feeling it in a very timely and again realistic fashion, I think.
どうしたんですか？今日はオフでしょ。
ソンジヌという方は来てないですか？
It legit made me smile just knowing that she came out there on her day off in casuals hoping to run into him. The music kicking in, the visuals, the place looking less like a cave and more like a throne room, and then all of these many, many enemies. Hot damn! And then that one scores max wins because not only is it a fantastic end to a fantastic episode, but it's also a case that the big guy from before likely isn't the strongest foe. Wow.
そんなのでもやっぱ身一つよりかマシでしょ。
では。
Okay, I can't lie, that was pretty gosh darn adorable right there. She gives back the pickaxe, then questions the move of going in with no weapons, only to turn around and accept it again, bless her. That is just absolutely horrible. And the way it's handled is so good with the sound effects and their terrified reactions. This guy totally scores max wins for the anime for charging in alone, in spite of the fear and knowing it's certain death because he refused to be toyed with and killed, rather to go out on his own terms. And this is a rare one, because the prior scene was so good, this one ended up being a case where the follow-up, with great animation and effects, scores another max wins. Just took him a touch longer than I thought it would have, but he really did rush in to stop the senseless attack from the ogre on the captain, and I loved the rotation packed in there too. Oh, it's so damn good. Even without him using the same technique on that thing and killing it, is basically him asking for the dungeon to fall to his responsibility so he can kill them all. Let's fucking go! Animators did a standout job of really piling on the damage in this one in all ways. Limbs coming off, heads crushed, and even seeing him like this so badly hurt. This just made me laugh, a bit like in the earlier episodes, because it's so bloody good, you know. I'm loving their reactions. Still stunned for now, and of course, he's saying they're in for a world of hurt. It's so good. I know I keep saying I love so many aspects of this anime, but this is another great one, that they can feel what is being let off inside the portal out there. The first time I'm saying this for this anime, the best keeps on getting better, man. Now he's powering them all up massively, and of course he's got some other useful items he could still use too. Not only did he wreck a bunch of them from a roar, but he swiped and insta-killed like half a dozen more. And of course, we can't not give a win for him then doing exactly the same. He's like a freaking wave of death crushing through them or something. Same win as before. You give me sights where they're not absolutely crushing every enemy Saitama style and you get a win. They took it down, but he took like 4 or 5 of his, as he says here. There's been some great looking magic on display this season, but this one gets a win just for seeing where it came from with this crazy looking dragon's head on the wall. Although he does get out of it, I love seeing him on the ropes. Not because I want to see him in danger exactly, but more because it proves he's got some hard fights ahead of him, which is more entertaining.
永久の中でも限りなく S 級に近いレベルのゲートです。魔力の測定ミスか。
That they're in a frickin' nearly S rank dungeon.
本領だ。起きろ。
世の兵士をアンデッドに。
That he likely drank a mana potion, I'm presuming, and now has brought them back from the dead to use. It's still too much for me.
もちろん。お前も。
The first time we've seen that big bastard actually looking scared about something he's been told. So much let's go.
だけが繰り返し聞こえてきた。人間の彼。
This building mystery remains the absolute height of what is currently hyping me up, baby. I'm so confused by what or who could be running the show and why they're doing things different now of all times. A sequence so damn good, I did something I don't think I've ever done. I took the whole thing that blew me away, cut it in half, and then decided to give it max wins twice. More info on the second half. And here's the second half. So yeah, the animation was incredible. They did a lovely little manhwa-inspired art style change near the end, plus continuous motion shots and rotating ones too. So good.
あいにく毒や呪いには耐性があってね。
Two-quarter rotating shots, one at each end, that they really didn't have to do, but they did it anyway because they're legends, and him getting more and more panicked as some badasses up the scene. I'm sorry, it's literally too good to not score max wins yet again. That animation, you just know they went hard on animating this incredible scene. It's legit blown me away, to be honest.
何なのこれ。まさか召喚したの？こんなに大量の兵士を。
She's turned up. I'm loving it too much. I gotta slow down.
愛のような虫けら踏み潰してやる。
That feels like a callback to the first and second episode of season 1. Yo, you legit keep giving me scenes such as these with godlike animation and effects, and you're gonna have to keep on taking max wins. The first big hit being landed on him.
魔法剣が護衛なしに暗殺系の奇襲を防げるわけないだろ。
So many rotating shots that they didn't have to do but did anyway. It's basically a fake continuous motion shot, but only because the fire is blasting him out of the scene, or I mean our view of him. But yeah, what a great series of movements. That wouldn't be anywhere near as good if they didn't do the massive amount of smoke as he falls. That really helps to sell his massive size. Felt like a great ending to the battle that he, now in his weakened state, was forced to fight against his own dead men like this. And yet another powerful new ally has been gained. I continue to love it.
ついては最高レベルの機密事項。今日のことはくれぐれも口外されませんようお願い申し上げます。
And now they're covering for him. It's like he's become something truly unique in this world, even more so than he already was. And yeah, I'm such a big fan. You have no idea.
命拾いしました。攻撃隊を代表し感謝申し上げます。
Felt really good for them to have this moment at the end of the dungeon, and it's exactly what I was hoping to see as well.
持ってるんですか？
え、私変に思われたでしょうか？
誰にですか？
Oh hell yes, she is so damn cute and obviously likes him.
人間を超越した力まで手に入れたか。まあ悪くはないだろう。
Chrome from Dr. Stone. That'll do it for this one, ladies and gents. Don't forget you can vote in everything I cover on Patreon, watch everything great about One Piece, get early access to everything and more. Link in the description or visit patreon.com/TheHonestGamer, and I'll see you next time. Z, Mine1435, No Power, Starstad, Hugo 1, Travis Schumacher, Casey Jeffery-Greer, Daniel Jensen, Parenti, Rash Dolphin, yeah, I know, Lucas Frontier, Lelucia Denier, that one weird guy, Athul Krishna, Cody Tiffany, Zay2K, Kalimato 3000, Capitain Otaku, Eshu, Govu9594, Gerlag, LTX Hornet 21, Nathan, Trills reference detected, Sir Sleepyhead, Adarryl Harper, Chris712A, Marcel29, Fish0706, Burr Wolfdog, Sean Graves, Kidbread, Atrachius, Guru Thor, Joe, Lee Maths, JHL10, Ninny, Aussie Gaming 94, Roy the Best Boy, Juice, William Peterson, Mary, Chrono, The Swedish Muggle, Marcellus the Roman, Lily, Nexus 47, AdmiralNugget, Michael Tomlin, James Johnson, Awaki, Timothy Wilcox, Tomo Sandy, Henrik Jensen, Rolltide Wes, Detective Games, Aranesius Svaltos, David Ferrix, Olive Wharf, Furious Mo, Mollen Endris, Salt Lover, Joker Rims, Dravona, Rimuru, Gamer Ludwig, Mushwin, Shadow Cleanser, Don, Sean Gray, Logan, Adam Matz, Robert Jackson, Sakomi Aurorum, Thembo, Starkip, Anthony, Miran Adran, Cody Niemeyer, Cosminito 140, Cheese, Cheshire Wolf, Vinicius Lionel, Snowy, Rishin Marco, Austin Manning, Sarcastic Truth, Hitter the Wicked, Owen Halloran, Extinct Hero, Alexander Schwarz, Dante Sol, Flaming Yan, Rodies, Dragon Boy 1, Display 7, Dark Raisin, Spud Delta, Revenge Isn't There, Gaster 1294, Jason Jepson, Eso, Modavirum, Knuckle Duster, Otar A. Bodanisi, Matthew Baer, Ruby Rose, Ghost Rider 176, Silver Cards, Cloud Garden, Whale, Luis Minito, Mini Masher, Garrett Vermeesh, Ryan DeViris, AJokerXD, Laxor, TRS, Liam Gagati, Kai158, Mr. Firecool, Wacky Normal, Lionel Schultz, Kevin Elston, Nozomi, Marvin, The Nana Moment, Satai Koyari, Bappo, Devicao, Christopher Willis, Laxus, Michael Lewis, SK Baby, Cecilia, Nick Wyndham, Guru, Kevin 102, Sean, Kelnock, Marquez, Gabe, 420 Blazington 425, Brainless Ben, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Your Edvinson, Capan, Kyle Jones, Peter Milligan, John, Lorena Frazier, Orkeeper, Jason Davies, Nightly Winter, Oscar I. Lopez, Jaffa6263, Storm 970, Alex P, Isel Caldera, Kevin Nelter, Steelers, Crimson Shadows, Ali 50, Birdwithoutaword, 9028, Headshot Hunter, Brandon Creer,